That's Miss Rosie girl. The girls decided to come in and say hello. Well, I decided to get down on the floor. They feel like it's their time to hang out, which it's very nice to hang out, to just relax and pet the dogs. But we're going to go into some forward folds. So come here, lay down. The same thing with you. Lay down over there. Thank you. So let's start out by sitting up nice and tall, just rocking, blossom in the bottom there, so we're way on top of the sits bones. I'm going to turn for just a second so we can see the difference of what's happening in the lower back. So when we sit up nice and tall, we want to think of those sits bones that we feel right there rooting down into the earth. We also want to make sure that we're sitting up nice and tall. So I have a bookshelf here, but it kind of shows a nice flat space like a wall, like the back is against the wall as opposed to sitting like this. So if we're here and we don't quite have the strength to get up on top of those sits bones, that's one of those things that we need to stretch first. That maybe let's bring those legs in, bend them a little bit, hold on to the ends, and then thinking of lifting up through the top of the head and just seeing if you could shift in those hips and maybe giving yourself a hug to come forward and just working in this space here first before we even try to get into a deep forward fold with straight legs. So if you still have a curved lower back, then keep those legs bent. So this way, as we go forward, the back will still remain long in the lumbar space. Let's take those arms up, and as we exhale, draw in through the belly, thinking of the chin lengthening out, reaching for those toes. The arms are reaching for those toes. Soften those shoulders down, away from the earlobes. Let's exhale, fold it over a little bit more. Empty it out. We're going to take a little rock over towards the left and then back to our center and over towards our right. That's going to lengthen through the lower back space. We got some wind going here. Got the windows open today. Breathing it in, coming all the way up and opening it out. So again, let's take those legs and let's just say everybody's got some low back bend. We can't quite get those backs of the knees straightened out. Bring your legs in, and if you can hold on to those toes, we're going to try to extend out just the left leg. Bring it on back in. Exhale, extending out just the right leg. And inhale, breathe it in. If you could breathe into your belly, that helps with lifting up and being able to create a nice pressure, traction in the low back. Inhale, bringing that leg back in, and exhale. Let's try to extend both legs out and up. All righty. So we're going to go to where we have, I'm turning back around this way. Let's have our left leg out in front of us, and we're going to bring that right leg in. So try to tuck that heel as close up into that inner thigh as you can, with the knee pointing out to the side. Again, thinking about making sure that we're not sinking down here. So trying to roll up on top of those sits bones. And maybe what we can use to help us a little bit would be a strap. This is just a random strap that I have. So when we sink, again, I'm going to turn this way on a diagonal. Come here, Sophie. Come here, baby girl. Oh, she's going to want to play with this strap. Okay. So as we sit, try to go forward. If I'm sinking back here, I can just hold this space and use that strap to help me pull with those arms to lift up through the top of the head, to lengthen through the back first. And then when we exhale, draw in through the belly and continue folding all the way over. Breathing it in. Take a look at those toes coming up all the way. Come up to the top and then exhale. Soften through the back. We can use that band our strap to help open up the legs. So this way we're still doing a forward fold or a seated fold. The legs are just open. So we have a lot of different spaces where those muscles connect in at the hips. So every single space needs a little stretch. So that way we can have all our fluids moving through all the spaces of the body, using those hands to help press everything open and outward. We're going to exhale with a little draw in through the belly, just holding this space here. Breathe it in. Feeling the belly expand a little bit, seeing if you can just wiggle out through the upper body. One more breath here. And feeling that press open, exhale, pull in through the belly, using those hands as a little break on the legs. And breathe it in, coming all the way up. We're going to just switch our legs here, extending our right leg out, left leg is bent. And let's take that strap around the ball of the foot there, bringing our left foot all the way in. Sitting it up nice and tall. Feel those shoulder blades squeezing together. So we have the upper body doing a certain amount of work, and then we need to connect everything from head to toe. So making sure we're up on top of those sits bones. If we're curled back here, we want to think of lifting up through the top of the head. Give yourself a pull. Have those shoulder blades squeezing together, trying to bring those elbows in towards the rib cage. Deep breath in here. Exhale. When you exhale, pull in through the belly. Breathing it in, looking out past the toes, coming all the way up. And one more time. You can use the strap to walk down the band. Let's not forget this space underneath the knee here. So tends to be here. We won't get a full stretch all the way through the hammies and the calves unless we think of something underneath here, silly putty, gum, and we're gonna squish it down with the back of the knee, trying to squish it into the earth, lengthening all of those ligaments and tendons back there. And exhale one more time. We're just going to take that forward fold, let everything melt over and empty out and relax. Breathe it in. Take a look at those toes coming up nice and tall. We can use that strap. Got to lift it up over the dog and out to the side. One more time with the forward fold, using those hands to help press open as you exhale, pulling in through the belly. So we have this open through the legs, pulling in with the exhale to support the belly. Inhale, breathe it into the belly, coming all the way up. Let's take that leg on back to the front. Come on back into our center. And we're going to extend those legs out one more time for a forward fold, breathing it in all the way up. Exhale, lengthening it out, seeing where those hands fall. So if you're not too far forward and your fingers can just barely touch the ground right here, then use that for that contact. Anywhere that your fingers and your hands can touch for contact, use that. So that way you can empty out, let everything relax for a moment. And then on those contact points, we're going to breathe it in with just a little tiny push, feeling that contact through the fingers, everything that's on the floor, the body, all those connection points. Let's take a look over the toes. Exhale, soften those shoulders away from the earlobes. So just thinking of the space from the earlobe to shoulders, melting. And like we have a string from our chest, pulling it straight to our toes. Exhale, fold it over one more time. Let's give our legs a hug. So wherever we are, we're going to hug our legs from the outside and just a gentle pressing in. Deep breath into the lower back, widening the space of the sacral area, the lumbar space. Wiggle out any tension in the toes. Empty out that breath. We're going to inhale, keep that left hand connected. Let's take that right arm. We're going to reach it forward and come all the way up for a backstroke. And a nice little twist there. Let's come on forward and melt everything over, seeing where you can grab onto those legs and giving yourself more of a pull to fold it over. breathing into this space wherever you're holding on, imagining that you could breathe into a ball into the belly. And as we fill the belly, feeling that stretch the lower back, wiggling out any tension in the toes, emptying out the breath. Right hand stays connected to the right leg, and left hand is going to reach out forward like we're reaching towards the front of us, whatever that distance is for you. Breathing it in, fingers are painting up and around the ceiling, trying to make as full of a circle as we backstroke. Let's turn it so the thumb is pointing up and finding where that center is. So I know I tend to have a lean in this direction, so I'm going to really try to find that alignment for a moment. And exhale, coming back to our center. Let's roll it out through the ankles. And slow it down, really widening through the toes like we have jazz hands, and go in the other direction. And alternate. And we're going to bring those feet in, bringing them together. One last forward fold with the legs opened up in our little butterfly position here. You can use your thumbs, give the insides, bottoms of the feet there, a little rub, a little loving with some circles, pressing in gently and around. You're going to hold on to those feet, lift it up one more time. So if we're sinking and we're pulled back like this way, that means we just have a very soft abdominal space, and we're doing a lot of holding in that lower back. So thinking of those hips rotating and pushing over. And so sometimes we have to spend a while, not just minutes or days, but this is quite often a lot of people's posture, and they can't even open up to the side there. So a forward fold looks like this as a full extent, as opposed to coming up onto those sits bones, feeling the difference in that lumbar space to lift up. So now the hips have somewhere to go. Now the body has somewhere to go as we can press the legs open a little bit more on that exhale, folding it forward so that way we could lengthen over. Taking a moment here. I like to put my forehead on my toes, give my third eye a little massage. And let's take a long flat back coming up. So looking out past those toes, feeling those shoulder blades start to get a little bit of action for you. So when we come up, we don't want to be hunched over. We want to feel those shoulder blades gently lifting, top of the head lifting. Breathing it in with a long flat back coming all the way up. And exhale, let's bring those legs together. Give ourselves a little bit of a hug. Good. And we're just going to turn it to the front. Ending it here today. Let's take those arms up with a big breath as the palms come together, coming down our center, passing our mind's eye. May it be open, seeking light, love, and truth, passing our lips that they speak words soft and kind, and pausing in front of our heart that it beats strong, full of joy and compassion. Namaste.